and welcome back to my playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone. Our two heroes are still in a pretty nasty situation right now, fighting those tentacles here. I was able to get rid of 2 of those, but 4 is still something, and especially with Al, who is already at 9 wounds out of 16. So I think we have to heal him relatively soon. Good thing is, Sue, our gunslinger, still has 1 bandage with her. One of my most favorite YouTubers, Catweasel, suggested, hey Marcus, you can always run away when things look pretty grim, which they do right now. The thing is, running away treats your mission like a failure. And if we do fail, we will not be allowed to visit a frontier town. We have to move directly to the next adventure. So we will not be able to whatever, stock up, get some more dynamite, bandages, you name it. So really, I really hope I have a chance to complete this mission. Time to roll some dice. We want to hold back the darkness. That's an 11, definitely good enough. Awesome. And Sue will go first this round, which is really important. So roll for her movement. That's a 6. 6 is pretty awesome, pretty amazing. But I'm not sure if I want to move her away right now, because she wants to be close to Al, because otherwise he will go down. But we are still adjacent to Al, so she will spend her bandages now in order to have him recover some of his wounds. So let's hope for something good. That's a 4. I take a 4. That's not bad. I think he will be able to survive at least this round. And I think then she needs to try to move into this space here, because otherwise she won't be allowed to target those 2 tentacles, because you always have to target adjacent one first. And those guys are wounded, those are not. And we really have to get rid of those tentacles now. So yeah, let's roll for her escape roll. Good thing is you can escape with a 4+. So let's hope for the best. Awesome. Okay, she will move into this space here, and then she wants to attack. Okay, that's really awesome. So let's see what she rolls. That's a perfect hit and a normal hit. Okay, I was thinking for a second to re-roll this, but it's already a 3+, and hoping for a 6. No, I think I buy it as it is, and I think I will assign this die here and the critical die to this tentacle up here. I can do that in any order I want, so I can assign it here and then reroll. I don't have any sanity grid left, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, let's try to wound this guy first. He still needs 2 more hits, or rather wounds. And there was also a good comment about those FAQ rules, or those revised rules. You have to assign the critical die only then first if you are targeting, let's say, 1 enemy with multiple hits. So in this case I should be fine. Again, I will go for this guy here first. Okay, I take it. I don't need to spend any of my Deadeye shots. This was really important for her, and therefore she also scores 30 more experience points. So she's already at nearly 100 XPs, which is not bad. And I really hope I will be able to level up at some point in time doing this mission. But of course we still have a second die, and this is our critical hit. And I will go for the die here that rolled me the 6. Hopefully it serves me well a second time. So we keep ignoring defense now here. So that's a 4 with our defense ignored. Yeah, that's enough. Each tentacle has 4 health points. We have 2 defense. Even with the 2, we would have been able to defeat it by using one of our Deadeye shots. Awesome. So this tentacle is no more as well. And now things are looking somewhat better, but unfortunately then it's our tentacles again. This guy lost focus, so we have to roll off again. No. This one has to attack Sue because he's already engaged. So this guy will simply move here. And I think, yeah, let's start with attacking her. Those guys are rolling 3 dice now. Okay, only 3, which is still bad enough. So let's see. That's good. That's really good. They have a 4+ to hit. Only 1 die was a hit, and it's not a 6, because a 6 would ignore our defense, which is awesome. So that's pretty much 3 hits still, though this couldn't hurt like crazy, but I can still try to defend. She has to roll a 5+. plus. No, that's not enough. Pity, which means she takes 3 more wounds. And then it's the second tentacle attacking Al here, and this is 2 hits. This can hurt, but it's not a critical hit. This is already a good thing. So let's have him roll his defense of a 4+. Oh, you must be kidding me. Those are 6 wounds. Wow, which brings him to 11. But he's still okay. He has 5 more to go. Then it's Al's turn. He will roll for his movement. That's a 1. Awesome. He gets a grit. That's really, really useful now. I think he will not move away right now, but he will use his free attack from his boot knife, which he hasn't used yet. So it's only 1 shot, but it would do +2 damage. Unfortunately, we need to roll a 5 or more. You can do it! That's so awesome. Al is really great. So that's +2 wounds in this case. Awesome. So I think, yeah, let's go for this one. But +2 wounds, that's already pretty amazing. That's pretty much the damage. No, let's go for this one here. Let's really go for this one here. Keep in mind, +2 wounds. So let's roll for those wounds. 3, we don't have any defense, so it's a 5 -2. That's the 3 wounds we needed in order to destroy this tentacle. This was so important. And I guess now he can use his normal attack using his heavy pickaxe with a critical hit on a 6, 7 or 8. And yeah, the combat hits are +1 damage. So let's see, that's an 8. How amazing is this? This is doubled because of his death blow ability. So let's hope for something good. We don't need a lot, I guess. Yeah, that's good enough. That's 10 +1. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I add the 1 from the heavy pickaxe before I double it, but doesn't really matter in this case. This tentacle is no more as well. And overall, this brings Al to 115 XPs in this mission alone. Awesome. Then it's time to catch our breath. Let's start with Al. That's only 1, which means he's allowed to heal 1 wound. I was really hoping for something more. Let's do the same for Sue. That's a 6, yeah, that's more like it. She heals all of her wounds. That's pretty amazing. Would be cool for him, but okay, I will take it anyway. And then we get some loot cards. Let's start with Sue. Wow, some gold bars, 20 XPs and 250 bucks. That's really amazing. Then we draw the card for Al. Darkstone Rock, also 20 experience points, and he gets to roll D3 for his new Darkstone, and that's only a 1 as well, so he collects 1 more Darkstone. One thing I nearly forgot, because it says these are the creatures that killed the first expedition, and this also means at the end of this fight, the heroes find the occult book amongst the bodies of the fallen and may choose which hero will carry it. I think right now the gunslinger is in a better shape, so let's give the occult book to Sue, even though he's more healthy in the end, because I nearly forgot that Al still holds the minus canteen. He hasn't used it this adventure, so he can immediately heal 2d6 wounds, and he is at 10, so I think, yeah, he will totally do that. So he will drink it, then he will roll 2 dice. That's a 6, that's okay, I guess. So he's down to only 4 wounds. I take this for sure. That's definitely much better. Awesome. Okay, I think that's good. Let's leave the book with Sue for now, and yeah, we will take it from there. Let's hold back the darkness, or try to. Another 11. I take this for sure. Awesome. I think one thing that I forgot, of course, I always forget, is to move our posse marker 1 step ahead. We were really only able to find 1 room so far, and already struggled so badly. Okay, let's have Sue roll for her movement. That's a 4. Which direction to go for, I think, doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I think, why not, let's have her scavenge. Again, we're looking for 6s. Yes, we found a 6, which means we place a scavenge token and we get to draw another scavenge card. Let's quickly give this pile a good shuffle and stop. And that's really lame. Again, a small find. I take it, of course. It's 10 XPs and $50. Then it's Al. Let's see. That's a 2. That's not really great. 1 and 2, and that's already the end of the round. I will not spend any grid for movement, but of course we have to move back to the depth track, so let's try to hold back the darkness again. That's a 3, not nearly enough, so but at least nothing terrible will happen for now. At least next step would be a growing dread card. And one thing I noticed, his expert minor, so he gets double the amount of darkstone. He just rolled a 1 for his loot card, so he should get a second stone. Sorry for that. Over to Sue. Let's roll for her movement. That's a 5. That's definitely good enough. So yeah, let's do something. 1, 2, and 3. She will totally look into the other room. So what do we find here? That's a long passage. We don't see an exploration token, which somehow stinks. Then it's Al. So let's have him roll. That's a 1. Okay, he gets a second grid token. I think he wants to hold on to this. Grid is really key, especially when you're a low-level character. And because he was seeing this expert doctor, his maximum grid is back to his starting of 2. Okay, let's have him move 1 space, but this is now really getting a problem because again, you want to keep your heroes together as much as you can, because if you are being ambushed or whatever, something nasty would happen and those guys are far away from each other. That's typically not a good thing, but that's already the end of the round. He's not able to search here because Sue was very greedy. I think I have to rethink my strategy here. I think for the next room I want to really have Al search, and then it's the depth track again. That's a 9. That's good. I take it. Again, we start with Sue for her movement. That's a 3. Not enough to move her over there. 1, 2, and 3. And again, I have to make a choice if I want to have her scavenge or not. I think, yeah, come on. Let's really scavenge. She may not be able to find something, and then we have basically missed an opportunity here. Yeah, and indeed, she was not able to find something here, so we're not placing a scavenge token here. So let's move over to Al. That's a 4. That's more like it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He will totally scavenge this room as well. Try to scavenge it. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely the usual way I'm rolling dice. And again, we have to hold back the darkness. That's a 7, which is still good enough. Yeah, and this time I moved the darkness, the posse marker ahead. That's good. So let's roll for her movement. That's a 6, definitely good enough. And I think she wants to look into the other room, and maybe he will try to scavenge the room here. Okay, what do we find? A rail tunnel. Didn't we have that as well in our first mission? Cannot quite remember, but I will take it for sure that this time we will place an exploration token. And yes, it was one of those tiles that was relatively high above in the pile, so I'm pretty sure we have seen this before. But we still have Al, so let's roll for his movement. That's a 5, which is good. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He will stay here. He wants to scavenge this room here. Keep in mind, he's still considered to be on 2 rooms at the same time. You're not allowed to scavenge a room which is an unresolved exploration token or with any monsters or whatnot. That's a 6, awesome. So he's allowed to draw a scavenge card. But of course, this could also mean something very terrible will happen. So what do we have? Oh yeah, something terrible does happen. The hideous discovery. First of all, he gets 10 XP. That's definitely something. And then poking around in the shadows, you see something that chills you to the bone. You quickly return to the group, refusing to speak of what you found. Take 3 horror hits, lose 2 sanity for each horror hit failed. Of course, we can defend with our willpower. Unfortunately, has a 5+ here. But actually, those 3 dice seem to be pretty okay for me. So it's 3 horror hits. A 5+ saves us. And wow, he saves not a single one. So he takes 6 sanity wounds. So either way, he can go down anyway. Good thing is we were able to use our minus canteen this way. And then we are still not done yet, as we still have to resolve our exploration token. That's an attack, and it's an otherworld door. Unfortunately, it's not the one we needed in order to seal the gate. So we will jump into another world, another gate, another world. How cool is that? So let's see where it goes. 1, 2, 3 is here. No, it's 4 to 6. So here is our gate. And yeah, here is an end cap. And yeah, we still have to resolve an attack. Luckily this time it's a low-level threat. So let's resolve that accordingly. 1 Night Terror, that's nasty, and 1 P Void Spider, that's this special die. Let's roll for the Void Spiders. Rolling this special die, that's a 4. Could have been worse, could have been a 5 instead. But we will spawn the Night Terror first. He goes here onto this tile, so he's slower than the Void Spiders, and then we still have to spawn 4 more. So that's now interesting. So 1 goes here, and the other ones, they will all go here. Interesting, but they will reach us no matter what, and even the Night Terror can. No, I think he cannot make it to us. I think that's kind of good news. This was unfortunately not a clue, so we get rid of it right away. So let's have a closer look at the Night Terrors. They have a Terror 2, a hero starting their activation on the same map tile automatically takes 2 horror hits, which is really nasty, especially for Al. They roll 4 hits, 4 true hits. They roll a hit on a 5+ only, but each hit does 4 damage and have an a defense of 3 and a health of 12. So those guys are particularly mean. So any, let's say, critical hit needs to be assigned to this guy here first in order to take him out. We already know the Void Spiders, and yeah, without further ado, let's try to hold back the darkness. That's a 12, and I think a 12 is good. That's really good. Yeah, because that's the stubborn resolve. This place is horrible and unforgiving, but you're not about to give up without a fight. Each hero may immediately heal D6 wounds, sanity, enemies, or recover 1 grit. That's so amazing. Sue is fully healed, so she will totally go for the grit. And Al will roll 1d6. Oh, come on, you must be kidding me. That's a 1. Huh. I think in this case, let's go for sanity here. Ah, that was really, really lame. But at least nothing bad happened. Sue will go first because of her quick draw ability. She has initiative of 10. But unfortunately, she has to deal with the Terror here. Terror 2, so she takes 2 horror hits, but she can defend from those with a 4+, and no, she was not able. And I think I'm not spending my grit on re-rolling this. So she simply takes 2 sanity hits, and then she would roll for her movement, but I think she won't move away. Anyway, awesome, that's a 1. She gets a 2nd grit. That's so cool. Really exactly what we needed. Then it's time to shoot. She will again use her quick draw for additional shots, so she will roll 3 dice. And look at that. She will not use her spectacles. It's once per turn. So no, she will spend 1 of her grit to reroll all of those 3 dice. You really must be kidding me. And that's not really better. It's still 2 hits, but it's nowhere close of what we needed. I think she will use her spectacles now. No, she cannot reroll that die a 2nd time. Oh, crap. This is really crap. No, she has to live with it like it is. So that's 2 hits. So let's assign this one here. That should be good enough. We have a 2nd one. We can assign this anytime. Let's roll the wound die. That's a 2. That's not enough to kill it. So yeah, she will spend 1 of her Deadeye shots. We really have to get rid of those guys. Really kind of a waste, but that's definitely good enough. So this spider is gone. That's 10 XP for her. She will do the same for this spider here. So let's roll again. Bam, that's a 5, good enough. So this spider is gone, worth 20 experience points for her. Here it doesn't really matter, so this spider will go first. 1, 2, 3, Sue again. Yeah, that's Sue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really make a difference in this case. Then it's this spider. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Attacking Al. Again, we start with a Void Spider attacking Sue here. So that's 2 dice hitting on a 4+. Yeah, that's 1 hit. Okay, I take that. She can defend with 1 die on a 5+. No, that's not good enough, which means Sue takes 2 points of damage, which is okay for now. Then we have the 2nd Void Spider attacking Al, also hitting on a 4+. That's 1 hit. Critical doesn't really matter in this case, so he can defend on a 4+. And he also doesn't make it. That's really bad, Al. You can do much better. But this brings him to 2 wounds. And I'm not really re-rolling any of my dice here because, yeah, I think 2 wounds are perfectly fine right now. And then it's the Night Terror, and one thing I forgot, it's a large enemy. So he will move through. They're both attacked, so we can roll off. 1, 2, 3 is Sue, and no, it's Al. Whoa. The Night Terror will move 6 spaces, 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exactly enough to make it in front of poor Al here. Wow, that's nasty. And then, yeah, will attack. So they move all small or medium scale creatures behind pretty much. So they will make their room. And then this guy will attack Al with 4 dice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the case. And that's only 1 hit. And a 6 doesn't do anything special. That's kind of okay, but that's still 4 wounds, theoretically. So let's see if Al will be able to defend here. And no, he's not. Wow, this brings Al to 10 wounds already. But I think, again, I will not re-roll that die. It's only 1 die. And by the way, I figured out I forgot to spend the grid token when she re-rolled. But in the meantime, I caught that off camera. Then it's Al. He has to first take 2 horror hits, so he can defend, but on a 5+. That's 1, that's okay. He only takes 1 sanity hit, or damage in this case, and I think I will not use my dynamite. The risk is relatively high. I hit myself in the foot. So he will use his boot knife with a free attack. He will not move away, but of course he can still roll for his movement. Doesn't really make a change. That's a 6. It doesn't really help him. I think he will not move away because I think... let me do the math. Actually, Al would be able to move away from the Night Terror because the Night Terror only moves with a 5. So there is a good chance we can make it out of there. But then he's out of range. No, he will stay where he is. He will stay where he is. So he will use his boot knife. He will roll on a 5+. Yes, awesome! That's a critical hit. Wow, Al, you're a star. +2 combat, so he will totally go for the Night Terror here with +2 damage, ignoring defense in this case. That's really, really amazing. Let's do that again. That's 3 + 5. 5 damage for the Night Terror. Awesome. So that's actually pretty amazing, to be honest. And now those experience points for those larger enemies are working somewhat differently. I had to read 3-4 times in order to get it right. But in this case, it's 10 bonus or base experience points plus 5 wounds each. So that's 10, 5 times 5, 35 experience points for this one blow, which is pretty good. So he's coming closer to 200 experience points, and keep in mind, in this game you can also level up mid-adventure, mid-mission, and also, or even within a fight. And this will fully heal you, will give you 1 grit or so, if I'm not mistaken, but it's definitely very, very amazing. You get all the bonus abilities you get for leveling up. So overall, really, really cool stuff. But of course, he still gets his standard attack with his heavy pickaxe. So let's see how he does. Again, he's rolling that amazing critical hit, which doubles the amount of damage done from the pickaxe. Of course, he will assign it to this Night Terror here. That's so amazing. So let's roll the damage here. +1, that's 5. Times 2, it's definitely enough anyway without any armor. So this guy is killed. How cool is that? But still, we have to do the math here. And I will add the +1 of the pickaxe after I doubled the roll here. Otherwise it feels, I don't know, doesn't really change too much, I think. So it's double, though that's 10 wounds in total +1. That's 11 wounds on this guy, which is definitely good enough, but it's regarding those 10 experience points +5 points each. And I think it doesn't stop with a maximum health. The rules are pretty clear on this. You get 1 or 5 points for each wound you are doing, and those were 11 wounds. So overall, those were 65 more experience points, which is definitely something. But in the end, the most important piece was to get rid of this Night Terror here. This was amazing, Al. Awesome, awesome job. This is already the end of the round. So again, we have to hold back the darkness. That's not good enough. So we will get a growing dread card, but I think in this scenario we are not going to do that right away. So I will keep it nearby, and I really hope I'm not forgetting this. And then it's over to the Void Spider. This Void Spider will simply attack Al because he doesn't have an enemy. Again, we start with Sue, so she will be attacked first with 2 dice, hitting on a 4+. That's 1 hit. Again, she can try to defend from it with a 5+. Yes, awesome. Okay, finally she was able to dodge one of those guys. And then it's the second Void Spider here attacking Al, also on a 4+. No hit done. That's amazing. Okay, and then it's Sue. She will roll for her movement. That's a 4. I think she will stay where she is. Yeah, that's the case. Then she will roll with her normal pistol, hitting on a 3+. Awesome. I will keep it for sure. Let's start with this Void Spider here. Signing a wound. I think, yeah, let's do it one by one. We need a 3 pretty much. Yeah, that's good enough. 1 Void Spider down. That's 10 XP for her. Second die to this Void Spider. I think I was using the wrong die, but doesn't really matter. It was a 4 anyway. Also hitting on a 3+. That's not good enough, but I think I want to get rid of those guys anyway. No, I think I'm not. No. I will leave it with 2 wounds here. I'm not spending any of my Deadeye shots. Or should I? Because he can heal more. No. I will spend my Deadeye shot, my third one here, in order to defeat the Void Spider, because a hero that has not been activated in a Rune of Fight will be able to catch his breath more effectively. So I think that's definitely a good idea. So that's 20 XP for Sue. Then she's allowed to catch her breath with a D3. That's only 1 wound, but I think I will go for the wound in this case. It's still okay. And because Al didn't act during the last round of combat, he can do the same with a D6 now. That's a 6. Oh, that's so amazing. I think he will heal. Let's go with 5 wounds and 1 sanity. So he's at 5 each. I think that's a pretty good start. Okay, time for some loot. Let's draw our card. And what's this? An artifact. Awesome. That's 20 experience points, and we are allowed to draw an artifact card. This can be really huge. So let's see what we get. Dark Stone Gloves. +1 strength. And your combat hits are +1 damage. I think this is really something that we have to give to Al, our prospector. But as I mentioned before, I'm not really willing to easily share. I think they should pay for it. So I think in this case, maybe Al will give Sue some money later on. But I think in this case, it really makes sense to give this to Al rather than to Sue. She will only use her guns anyway. I think she will not really even bother using her strength. Of course, strength is always helpful when you do certain tests, but in this case, that's really, really the perfect card for Al. So I will give it to him. And then we will draw a card for Al. This should come in handy. Also 20 XP. I think they're all 20 XP. Draw a gear card. Oh man. Wow, we are really lucky now. And with all the expansions and the 2 base boxes and whatnot, this is really, really a huge pile of gear cards. So let's see what we get. A rope. Oh man, that's cool. Poof. Once per turn, you may roll 2 extra dice for a skill test after each use breaks on the d6 roll of 1 or 2, which would mean you would have to discard it. I think it's okay-ish, but not really great. But I think, yeah, with the Darkstone gloves that he got from Sue, I think we should be good. So let's give this to Al anyway. He really doesn't have a lot of money, so I think he will simply give 200 bucks to Sue for this item, and I think that's okay. Again, I will not play it this way. I really want to feel some RPG elements in this one and play them thematically. So why should Sue give him this, let's say, those awesome looking Darkstone gloves and things like that? No, I think he sells it to him, and then this way it really kind of makes sense for me. Actually, this rope is pretty amazing for this mission. I just checked our objective here. We have to seal the gate, and the hero who's holding the book has to seal the gate. That's a Spirit 5+ test. The problem is both of our heroes only have a Spirit of 2, which also means he would roll 2 more dice, and we need, I think, 5 or sanity markers on this gate when we try to close it, and really having 2 extra dice for this test is really amazing. So I'm really thinking of giving this rope now to Sue instead, and yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair. So I will give the rope to Sue, and I think therefore she will give him $100 back. I still think the Darkstone gloves are way cooler than this rope, but I think overall they're still kind of friends, so it's a special price, and he still paid $100 for those Darkstone gloves. Awesome. But then I think I will call it for today. So I'll leave it up to you. Should I move to the other world? Should I rather move down to the other side of the mine and keep exploring from there? I think the other world could be a little bit more tricky. I don't know. But on the other hand, it could be also pretty cool to find out what's waiting there for us. So again, I will leave it up to you. Personally, I would think let's move up there, because otherwise we could really lose a lot of turns after all. But again, let me know what you think and I will consider it accordingly. Hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and yeah, until then, bye bye.